Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. Happy birthday, V. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I'm here 365 days of the year, so I'm here on your birthday, my birthday, holidays, weekdays, weekends. I'm always here. I come on at 12 o'clock Central Time in the U.S., Chicago time, or as soon after as I can pull it together. And I take your 12 questions. I read on your 12 political questions. Only political stuff. I don't do personal readings, but there's so much to cover. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. It's an ongoing thing. And, oh yes, Kristen, we're going to be talking about Ivanka as breaking news. That got bumped to number 1. So I have a lot of questions today. I get them out of the chat usually before I go on, usually. So, and it's usually in the last like half hour between like 11:30 and 12 when I'm able to get your questions. But certainly between like 11 and 12. But just put your questions in the chat and I'll see what I can do. I don't know if I'll get to all the questions today. We have a lot. We have a lot more than 12. If I can always carry some questions over to tomorrow, though. So, okay. We have Epic Troll Slayers. Thank you. Thank you to new subscribers. And thank you to people who are donating through PayPal as well. I don't get a chance to say thank you, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Okay. And also today's nails, it's a gray. It's a pale gray with a yellow stripe at the end, which seems rather fitting. So that's what's going on there. And I know better than to show the nails in the thumbnail, because yes, I did that yesterday because I wanted to show off my Christmas gift from Sarah, and it was like 1,500 fewer views. It was like, okay, that's a hint. Thank you, Mel. Cheers. Thank you. What else was I going to say? Oh, I was listening to Cash Peters this morning. Somebody is complaining that he talks too much about his cat, Olive, the new black cat who's been ill. I normally just try to keep an even keel, keep the energy, the vibration high and what have you, but I have got to tell you, whoever's complaining about Cash Peters talking about Olive, you need to sit down. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. You need to sit. Sit. Olive is awesome. I love hearing about Olive. Olive is awesome. I love hearing about Olive, and Olive's been ill. How can we not know? What, Olive's ill and we're supposed to just be like, who cares? Cash is, these are our people. You, us, me, him, Jen Lynn and Johnny and Becca and Lori and Ona and on and on and on, and Kirsten Langston and Linda G, and just on and on. We are a community. So oh, so sorry. So yeah, we want to hear about Olive. I want to hear about Olive. I'm voting for Olive all day, every day. I yes on the Olive. So oh, thank you, Louie. Thank you. Okay. Oh boy. Joanne says he gets the weirdest complaints sometimes. I wonder who is watching him. I love hearing about Olive. Stephanie agrees. We love Olive. Is Trump plotting revenge against the Supreme Court justices? I don't know. We will have to we will have to read on that, but maybe tomorrow, because the list, I'm about to jump into the questions because, man, there's so much to cover today. So anyway, might give myself a little space there for a second. So, oh my goodness. DLC says, people who like animals and treat them well, I see to trust more. Yeah. And DDN says, I'm not really a cat fan, but even I like hearing about Olive. Yes. Olive is a sweetheart. Not like mine. You know. All right, let's jump in. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a lot we're going to be covering today. A lot. And something jumped to the front of the reading. So we have a new number one. So the January 6th committee wants to hear from Ivanka. She's asked to voluntarily give testimony to the January 6th Select Committee. Oh, Mary Lou A., that's a very interesting question. But we will definitely look at that tomorrow. Okay, and it's so odd. There's so much that I've had to not only get rid of all the other products I normally list, but I've had to get rid of links to all kind of tarot decks just because there's no space. But here we are. All right, so we're going to jump in. I'm going to pretend I can spell, and we're at 7:30. So yeah, this is the time we normally start. All right, 7:30. Ivanka. So if we heard yet? Have we heard yet whether or not she's going to go, oh yeah, sure. Anybody believe that's going to happen? So they want to talk to Ivanka. Is that going to happen? And is it going to be televised? Ivanka. Where are you? Oh, she's doing the New York socialite equivalent of I do declare. She's doing, yeah. Michelle Sutherland says, according to Kristen, she agreed voluntarily, but I smell something fishy. She agreed? Are you kidding? Hippie Gypsy, the January 6th Select Committee. Apparently, Ivanka January 6th Committee asked Ivanka Trump to talk with them 6 minutes ago on CNN. And they're asking her to cooperate, but I'm not seeing anything yet on a response. They will be inviting Ivanka Trump to speak. All I've got is asking in the news, so. Michelle. Nope. Kristen posted it prior to you coming on. Oh, I thought I saw it. Well, all I'm seeing in the news is she hasn't said yet. All right, so Ivanka, they're going to ask. I agree with you, Apple. How about a subpoena? All right, 3 of Swords. So that's legal. It's a legal stab through the heart, metaphorically, of course. Queen of Cups. That's her. Oh yeah, she's been called, and suddenly she's the delicate, breathy Queen of Cups. A lot of the time, she's a Queen of Pentacles, just like Melania. But oh no, she's being called out, and suddenly she's Miss Delicate. Blown glass Barbie. 6 of, I don't know what I could give for testimony. Judgment, Magician, lawyers, muddy the waters, lawyer. Yeah. This makes me think they will eventually subpoena her, but how's this going to go? Because unless they're subpoenaing, voluntarily. Don Gobb is saying, I spotted news on Ivanka this morning, re the outfit she was wearing. Why news? Why? Oh, really? What was she wearing? Oh boy, Holly Coleman, could you please hold on to that? Because we're going to talk about Putin later on. Could you repost that when we do, please? Justice. She's got a lot. Yeah. She can't work it into her legal schedule. She has so many other hearings and depositions to give. And Sandy Miller says, I want to hear Breathless do the voice after breathing helium. Should break glass. Hermit. 10 of Wands, 6 of Cups, 4 of Wands, Magician. They're clearing up, looking carefully, clearing up all of this. This is the Mar-a-Lago card, and to me, this is symbolic of Trump's kind of base of power, and where all of that stuff was left along the way, they're kind of retreated back into Florida, and people, the January 6th committee and others, they're cleaning all of this up. They're cleaning it up, cleaning it out, and she's kind of back on her heels. And there's a lawyer. Kathy Lampson says, since Barbie can't tell the truth anyway, no much point subpoenaing her. Well, yeah. Oh, Don Gubb's white sneakers with black stockings, apparently. Much news is broken, purely broken. White sneakers with black stockings that's not a good look. No. So she's going to fight it. Well, basically, she's voluntarily died. We've got lawyers getting in the way. Ricky says the committee can catch her in a lie if they've documented evidence. Mm-hmm. Hello, Danielle. 10 of Swords. They have a ton of information. World, 6 of Swords, 2 of Cups. She better go in, and she better talk, and it better be good, because she better make good with this committee. Because there's a whole lot of pain coming down for the Trump family. Oh, you better go. Because Trump, oh yeah. So that's the message is, do it. But, so is there going to be a subpoena? Basically, is Princess Precious going to Princess Grift? Don Grift, Don Jr. Grift, Eric Grift, and Princess Grift. Is Princess Grift basically going to have charges filed on her? Is she going to... at least Martha Stewart had the decency to just pay her debt to society and get on with life. You know? Zetta McDonald, I've never seen Ivanka and Jared together for the long term. I've always seen her like next marriage, a smaller wedding. That's what I've always seen. Got that again. Yes, Faye, the whole Orange Grift family. Page of Pentacles, Justice, Star, Sun, Moon. The spotlight is just glaring. The Super Trooper, the great big heavy duty spotlights, the ones that ABBA, had a song about. Yeah, absolutely focused on her and her family. But she's playing this, I'm just a child, I'm just a daughter, if by complicit you mean supporting my father. Nick. Thank you, it's time we talk. Thank you. So, Michael Grant's daddy's little felon. Yep. Kristen has other news. Breaking new texts reveal Sean Hannity wrote the playbook for Trump's White House to respond to January 6th. Well, that's not surprising. All right, any more about Ivanka? Is she going to be rocking the prison garb? Ivanka Trump. She's going to be rocking some prison garb. I didn't used to see anything like that. I saw everyone protecting her, but King of Pentacles. Judgment. 6 of Pentacles. Emperor. Well, she's going to have to pay out quite a bit of money. I think we're too early in the cases, which doesn't make sense. I mean, if she's going to end up going to prison, you'd think you could just say so. But she's got Letitia James is bringing civil charges at some point here, and if she's convicted of those, should have fines to pay and what have you. But what Letitia James has uncovered would also include defrauding the IRS. IRS isn't usually so wonderful when you've completely defrauded them for years and years and years. They're not usually like, oh, water under the bridge. But there's also the Manhattan District Attorney, the new Manhattan District Attorney. There's in DC, you've got the Inauguration Committee investigation. She is all up in the middle of that. Oh, is Allison here? Hello, Allison. Two of Pentacles. Financially, it's all going to teeter, but she's got Kushner money. 10 of Cups, Strength, Sun. She's going to hang in there for a while, but I just wonder how Kushner's going to feel about having to pay huge fines for his wife. He doesn't strike me as the love you till I die, big-hearted, kind of generous mannequin. But all right. We are going to see some good stuff. She should cooperate. Maybe she will. Yeah. But she doesn't want to walk into that because she would have to say she had told her father to. She'd have to say something publicly bad about her father. And a Papa narcissism grift. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. So that's all I'm getting there. I'm not getting she's going up the river. I'm getting there's a whole lot between here and there. So, all right, 23 minutes in. I'm going to do 3 quick reads at 23 minutes in because I don't know that these are full readings. So I figured I may as well just share. Yeah, I've got to get rid of another link to one of the decks I use. There we go. Now I can save. All right. Is that a McDonald's saying they all have money in overseas banks? Yes, they do. But all right, quick readings. All right, so Rhonda was asking, why are wealthy female benefactors funding the big lie? I think this is, I don't think it's much different from why men would do the same, but I figured I would just pull 3 quick cards on that. So these are 3 quick reads. The first one, why are wealthy female benefactors behind funding the big lie? Page of Pentacles, because they have money. And so when they do what they want. Ace of Wands, 8 of Wands, they can live in a bubble. And they see what kind of power they have. There is study after study that people who are given advantages, people who have money, it starts corrupting their thinking. Not everyone, but you have to work at it so it doesn't. And these are not people who work at it. Not happening. So they get the whole I'm better than you because I have money, even if they inherited it. So I don't know that there's a lot different there. Arrogance, you know, the usual. All right. Oh, okay. I'll move this one down because this is the question about Putin. And there were some new things shipped over there. I'm going to put this down here. I might have to wait until tomorrow to get to it. We'll see. But I will definitely save that for later because there was great information in the chat. But all right. And then Zinnia Flower was asking, will Congress pass any act or ruling, anything, in favor of the Dreamers or any immigration reforms? I wouldn't imagine they will. Certainly this year, not until maybe next year, year after. But will Congress pass any kind of immigration reform or help the Dreamers? They should. 10 of Swords, King of Cups. No, there's a lot of disappointment with the Democrats and Joe Biden when it comes to immigration. But he'll keep the Dreamer program going, which is better than it was, but it's still I just feel a lot of disappointment. So I'm afraid I don't have better news on that. All right, so those were two cool questions. All right, so at 27 minutes in, okay, I heard about this last night on Rachel Maddow. This is what we want. Reportedly, a file cabinet exists, I believe, in Trump Tower, with paper copies of all of Trump's correspondences, notes, even Post-its. Because he doesn't use email, but apparently there's a file cabinet. I can't imagine how big this cabinet must be, that has all of his communications in chronological order. Now, the chance that he has not shredded that entire thing or had someone shred that entire thing, the likelihood that there won't be a sudden mysterious fire. And then he'll say, but Hillary's emails. But is there any chance we will be able to find out? Will authorities be able to find out what's in that file cabinet? Joanne Frank says, I love old school filing. Well, apparently that's what he's been doing. So, let's see here. The file cabinet. Will investigators get hold of the contents of the file cabinet? Trump's correspondence. The first blast of energy I got was burn it all. Burn it, burn this, burn that, burn the other thing, burn the other thing. But then it's just a very steady, we can't touch it, or we will be legally taken to prison for that. And all of Trump's talk about but Hillary, not going to work in court. Ten of Cups. Well, that's a whole lot of, that's us being quite happy, and a whole lot of evidence laid out just so. I'm ready for the tea. We are ready for the tea. We are ready for the popcorn. All right, he rips things up. He rips things up all the time. Page of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Oh, ew, icky energy. Oh. Really? Hello, Kate. Really icky energy, Kate. Ugh. Why? Trump's energy isn't usually keeps his energy to himself. What is this? Yuck. Get off me. That's going up the river. That is someone, I wonder if it's a Weisselberg, who's all beaten up, possibly going up the river. All right, I need my, okay, what happened to my sage? Oh, there it is. Okay, this is just achy. Go away, Trump. Go away. I don't want your energy. He's panicked. It really is his this is actually starting to break through his bubble, because he has this immense bubble of narcissism and thinking nothing's, Norman Vincent Peale, positive thinking, blah, 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 blah. But they're going after the kids. They're going after his business. There's real possibility of some prison time. Frida Smet says he's yelling. Oh, yeah. Kathy Lamson says he's losing it. Allison Jacobs, Sage. Yep. Ricky's asking, is his energy throwing a temper tantrum? Yeah, I think so. It's the funniest thing. I have not defrauded the IRS. I have not defrauded anybody. I don't lie. I don't triple the value of whatever I own when I'm looking for a loan. I don't say it's worth a quarter of what it is when I go to pay the tax bill. I don't cheat. I really don't lie much. I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I don't. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I lied. And you know what? I sleep fine. I go to bed at night, lay down. I go to sleep. I get up in the morning. Life is so much easier when you're not trying to grift people. Suburban Housewife says, thank you for teaching about real narcissism. Knowledge heals. Oh, good. Thank you. Joanne Hall says, people who have nothing to hide, hide nothing. Yeah. Trump. Wow. Walking embodiment of all 7 deadly sins. It's all coming out. And there's more coming out. This is all the evidence laid out. This isn't even gathering evidence anymore. This is all laid out. That's worried at night. These are charges. This is refusal to cooperate. Yep. Revolution Ricky says, what tax bill? I paid more taxes than he has, almost double. Oh, but he's been, allegedly, he's been lying through his horrible little lying teeth about valuations of things. So he actually owes millions and millions and millions in taxes. And he's been doing this for years. So, oh, fun Sandoval. My son finally weaned off oxygen from having COVID. Yes, but his wife is not. Okay, but maybe she'll get better too. But that's good. That's positive directions. We like positive directions. We like not negative directions. So that's good. Tiffany Lilly, girl. Going back to talking about Trump, girl. Oh, Trumpy. That's actually an important question. 36. How's Trump doing? But will they? It was a matter of, will they succeed in getting that information? I think they will. I don't know if they'll get all of it, but they're going to get definitely some information. But how is Trump doing? How's Donald himself? What's he going to do? Is he just going to rant and rave? Is he going to flee the country? Is he going to, I don't know. Oh, Sandy Miller, I got my boost oxygen day before yesterday. COVID daughter has one for me. Thanks again. Oh, I'm glad. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, Sniffy Grift? Gnashing of teeth. Apparently, every time I pick up the cards and ask about him, it's like devil card. Well, we know that. We know that's what he's like. Oh, thank you, Zeta. Sitting pretty. High Priestess. Secrets. Secrets keep him sitting pretty. Without the secrets, he is the bankrupt. It shows he is the bankrupt grifter that he is. Judgment is coming. Hermit. They have looked all over the place. Lover's card. Who's loyal to him and who is not? He's paranoid. This feels like that horn is blasting right in his ear. They're looking. They're all over it. Who's going to be loyal to him? He can't break out of the worrying, which makes him grumpy. Surprise. Dave says, Trump, I try to defect to Russia. Let's see. It doesn't feel like fleeing, but Seven of Pentacles. Well, they've all got money overseas. At least some. Queen of Swords, Strength, Eight of Cups. And it doesn't feel like fleeing. Or if he does, there's a lot he would leave here. If he runs away, guaranteed he will lose assets to the government. He will be tried in absentia, property seizing. No, he's going to stay for now. He's going to stay. Couldn't happen to a bigger jerk. 40. And more news. Now, I thought that the Saudis or somebody had said they were going to invest $1 billion in Trump media, social media grift. But apparently, Trump media tried to fund their new social network. They're still trying to fund it? And they tried to fund their social network by charging $100 million for phone calls with Trump himself. $100 million to be able to talk to Trump. I would dig out a quarter out of, I think I've got a quarter in the bottom of my purse that I would give to be able to have some words with him. Oh boy. So Trump media tried to fund their social network by charging $100 million for phone calls with the Orange One himself. As expected, this was a bust. Will Trump org admit defeat, or will they keep embarrassing themselves by their creative fundraising? Sarah made a note on this one. Sarah is picturing MAGAs going door to door selling expired chocolates, and she is laughing her behind off at this. So, at the Volpe, that's so generous of you. Oh, we need to talk. Yeah. Kate Priest says I would empty my jumped. Hang on. Kate said I would empty my coin jar to never have to speak to Trump in person ever. I understand. Linda Johnson says, and Nunes quit for that job. That's true. So, Trump media, Trump social media. Are they going to quit embarrassing themselves, or, grifting can be embarrassing. I don't know. You could do things like make a product people actually want. That's social media. That's people talking. This is emotion. This is sharing. Where's the money going? Where's the money going, Trump? Why does he have no money? I thought he was a billionaire. Wasn't he a billionaire? Where's the money, Trump? 10 of Swords. 9 of Wands. Page of Pentacles. Son, he's screaming at his kids. It's all your fault. You're incompetent. I should never have left things to you. I'm just getting him yelling. Yelling and yelling and yelling. Blaming everybody else, of course. You got a point, Debsy. The loans are coming due. So, Moran, she says, very mad. Yeah. And blaming everybody. Everybody but himself. Everybody's incompetent. Did you guys? There was a meme going around for a while from a movie they made of like the last days of Hitler in the bunker kind of thing. And there's a part where the Führer is yelling so loudly everybody can hear him out in the hallway, and yeah, pretty much like that. 45:30. We are moving on to. All right, here we go. The Supreme Court ruled against Trump, allowing hundreds of pages of documents and other data to be released by the National Archives to the January 6th committee, who were already receiving information. They've already gotten their first batch. Now, here's the thing. So the question there would just be a simple, what will this ultimately mean for Trump? However, Kristen had 2 bits of news sort of related to this. Asta Dog 666 says the Hitler Rant movie is called Downfall. Thank you. News. Trump may have planned to join the supporters at the Capitol, and the Secret Service could prove it, says Stephanie Grisham. Also, news. Trump held secret meetings before January 6th in the White House residence, says Stephanie Grisham. So I think we need to ask about Secret Service, secret meetings. I think this. Oh, Jill, we're getting there. We'll be talking about Georgia. But I thought I would do an overloaded Celtic on this one about the information being released by the National Archives, information being that Stephanie Grisham is talking about, because information from the archives could include information from Secret Service. What was he planning to do that day? And what about these secret meetings? Polly Wanda asked, must all presidential activities and documents be preserved? Supposed to be. Trump has a habit of, when he's done with things, ripping them up and throwing them on the floor because he's a toddler. And you saw him after that one debate against Hillary Clinton, and he did so poorly, and he just stood there and and he ripped up the paper in front of him. He does that normally. So there were people in the White House who, certainly early in the administration, were scooping up all that stuff off the floor and taking it to the nearby building. And they had a room set up where they would sit there and tape everything back together for the official records. Because you have to. Stupid. Anyway, so all this information going to the Select Committee from the National Archives, from the Secret Service, from who knows where else. Because unless it's something specific about how the Secret Service keep a president safe, the records of what a president was planning to do on a particular day, that's not secret. That's not something they can say, no, we're not going to tell you. Thank you, Kathleen. All right, Trump's records. That's a prosecutor. And there are various prosecutors in different places that are just right there. Tiffany Lilly. Yeah, that has to do with the pension. He's already getting a chunk of money from the Screen Actors Guild of all places. He's got a pension because he had those little quick spots like in the second Home Alone movie. He was a bully and got himself with a line in there. That movie made so much money. He's got this nice pension. It's infuriating. All right. In the past, Trump's always running out of money. He's always running out of money. He was losing popularity. He certainly didn't have enough votes, but for some reason, this feels like money. But we're really talking about the January 6th stuff released by the National Archives. Queen of Cups. That's the January 6th committee, right in the center. Okay. Hanging above, there's the man and all of his stuff coming to light, including links to the oath keepers and oath creepers and arrogant toddlers. This is my card for the white supremacy dirtbags. But there's something here that's hanging over him, hanging over the investigation. The base of the investigation, we have, I think somebody said there was, the committee was, they're thinking about doing this or the other, and Liz Cheney was just like, no, we're doing that. It wasn't just her just spilling the tea on the text messages. There's some other stuff where the Democrats were like, should we not? And she was just like, yes, we should. We're doing that. And it was like, and that's why they keep doing so well, because they take action. Taking action. Home environment, getting all this information about Trump. The home becomes the committee, where the information is. Okay. Hopes and fears. He and other people are afraid of being legally held accountable. In theory, the other outtakes from that speech he gave telling people that you're special, we love you, but go home. But apparently that was like the sixth try. And the other 5, they might be the 5 outtakes where he wouldn't go far enough to tell them to leave. Those might be in that, what's being turned over too. Atha Volpe says there must be plenty of financial accounts showing his losses before the 6th. There's that too. Okay, what we see, evidence laid out beautifully. And this is a committee. The evidence here. Here, take it. All laid out. This is imminent, is what it feels like. I know. I always feel uncomfortable saying stuff like that because you know how we've had to be patient, but it feels like it's like right there. And the challenge is the lies the other side's going to make up and Trump's going to make up and blah, 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 Fox News, whatever. All right. Near future 1 and 2, final outcome 1, 2, and 3. Near future 1, the plan, the action taken for the far right. Final outcome 1, 2, and 3, star. 4 of Swords, Knight of Wands. This has to do with public hearings, the January 6th public hearings. And that's, you're there and all the flash bulbs are going off as you're sitting there. They don't have a legal leg to stand on, so it's going to be bullying, but it's also going to show what the far right were doing. Okay, I just got really nasty energy right here now, too. Why is it? Where is this energy coming from? Where's this nasty energy coming from? Because boy, it's not nice. All right. They're going to need some time to go through all the stuff. Ranchi says, ouch, this feels like it's not going anywhere. What do you mean? What's not going anywhere? I agree, Allison. Liz Cheney's a great addition to the task force. She's the select committee. She's got the fire the Democrats desperately need. Yeah. Gary Atkins saying, did anyone see Rachel in the mansion he overpriced the insurance company? Yep, I was talking about that a little while ago. I think it was, wasn't I? So, Maranchi, some blockage. People have betrayed him. I'm getting A2 Brute. Some people have betrayed. They've betrayed me, of course, because nothing's his own fault. Are they going to make Ted Cruz and Hawley and all of them testify publicly? Sorry, I need to know this. Don't worry. Like I said, if I run out of time, I'll carry questions over to tomorrow. 57:30. I gotta know. I've got to look anyway. 57:30. So actually, it's gonna be more 58. 58 will on the January 6th committee have Cruz, Hawley, etc. give public testimony. At this rate, I'm not going to have anything but questions listed. All right. Will the January 6th committee have Cruz, Hawley, etc. give public testimony? Cruz and Hawley. I don't know why they're jumping to mind, but public testimony. Those are investigators right there speaking. And Cruz, Chariot, 3 of Cups, 9 of Wands. This would be subpoenas or something that says you have to be here. This is us being very interested in what he has to say. And this is part of everyone on that side feeling very beaten up. All right, Josh Hawley. Oh, the bag of scum that is Josh Hawley. 9 of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. What comes out, once things come out, people like him, they can be sued. This does not look good for them. Linda Johnson says, don't forget Trader Green. She too was caught coming out of the hotel on the 5th. Yep. Yes, I agree, Joanne. Hawley is creepy. All right, what do we have next here at 1 hour and 30 seconds? Where are we? Oh, here we go. So we were talking about the valuations and the lies in GriftCo about the evaluations. So the news, Kristen, thank you. This is the Trump organization based a $161 million valuation of a Scotland golf course on a magazine quote, according to the New York Attorney General. Are the Grift family and the GriftCo is the Grift family going to be just legally nailed to the wall for this? Absolutely nailed to the wall legally. Yeah. Grift.org, Gary. Yeah. Don and Melania Grift. Grift Jr. Princess Grift. Forgettable Grift. So between the the civil stuff that the New York Attorney General is doing, it's different from the criminal stuff that Cy Vance is doing, because she's in a position to shut down companies' demand. I imagine demand more like state taxes. Licenses for things, because she said she was instrumental in shutting down. Well, she definitely shut down the charities, or the New York AG shut down the charity, Trump charity, and some other stuff. But between her and the Manhattan DA over this valuation stuff are the Trump family. Don Sr., Don Jr., Eric, and Ivanka. Are they going to be absolutely legally just nailed to the wall for this? Lisa Marie says, who signed all of these statements is truth, though? Well, that's the thing. Normally they would say, oh, well, we relied on accountants and all of these people. But there's documentation that no, the official people were saying things different, and then once it got to GriftCo, they made changes to things. Theft. Thieves. No question. Thieves. All right. This energy is strong. Good. Oh yeah, the great grift victory. Nostalgia. Prosecutor. Ace of Wands. Oh, the evidence is there. They'll try to fight back, but there's not much you can do. A disembodied hand with a stick can't really go up against a king with a sword. There's so much evidence. I wonder if the Manhattan DA stuff is going to take longer. Yeah, Leah Backman. Trump tried to say his New York penthouse was 30,000 square feet when it was actually like 11,000 square feet. Tripled the price he said it was worth. Moranchi says, I feel like it's all bad news for them. Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to get a sense of there is potential prison time here. Queen of Cups, Three of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. It feels like they're running the old playbooks. Try to delay, try to question the person attacking them, but this feels all kind of running in circles. When in danger or in doubt, run in circles, scream and shout. It feels like they're doing the run in circles, scream and shout defense. This feels very weak. It's a very old playbook. Linda McMurtry is asking which justice was the dissenting voice. That would be Judge Clarence Thomas, whose wife Ginny Thomas, apparently, allegedly, paid a lot of money to help bus people in for the January 6th rallies. I believe that is question after next. That's going to be what's listed as number 7, but it's not really. I need a drink. Okay. Gary Atkins breaking Georgia prosecutor. Yes, the Georgia prosecutor is asking for a grand jury. Yes, that is number. It's listed here as number 12. So, at 107. Oof. Will the MAGA crowd finally see and admit they were duped when this newly released data becomes known to the public? You have been suckers and you let yourself be suckered because you cannot accept that the world has not been quite as unfair to you as you think it has. Trump the man. He's just a man. Space of Power, 4 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Well, he's such a great businessman. 8 of Pentacles. I want to be like him. There's evidence with the 8 of Cups and Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this big money, the evidence comes out that the big money, where it really came from. It's just a man. And a rather pathetic one at that. Oh, and beneath that, card of Lies and Illusions. They're going to find out what a con artist he is. How much of a difference will it make to the base? Who was it? One of the late night comedians had a clip from a local news anchor who, it must have been in Arizona, who talked to some people outside the Trump rally. And this older guy, he just walked up to was talking to this, local journalist, local news guy on the local news and said, this guy just walked up, he's like, Governor Newsom, he's a clone. Yeah, the actual Newsom, yeah, there was a military tribunal and he was found guilty and he's in Gitmo. It's just like, wow. A lot of this stuff's going to come down. Knowledge, consequences, all of this. It's going to be very much a fire hose. Now, you're here, we do this because we are new age political junkies. That's just, this is not, there is no bandwagon here I jumped on. This is my thing. I do a lot of creative stuff, but I have been just a news hound for decades. So we're going to be in the middle of it. And this is, but other people are going to be thinking that this is like a fire hose. But you and I, it's going to be like, I can't breathe from all the news, you know, to just water everywhere. But he's just a man. Oh, but he stood up for my values. Judgment, and I vote racist. Some will, but mostly, 111. I had a very good question, and that is why did Justice Thomas vote in Trump's favor? Could it be because of his spouse? The only Supreme Court justice who voted for Trump's records to remain secret was the one justice who should have been recused, whose wife is in the middle of this. So, Clarence Thomas, another gem of human being. We read on the nicest people. Clarence Thomas. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I can feel the energy one way, but let's just not get ahead of myself. Refusal to cooperate. All right. 2 of Pentacles. Devil. King of Wands. Hermit. Ace of Pentacles. Looking where the money went. Follow the money. Keep those buses rolling, perhaps, to the rally. Even though Trump's just a man now, he's no longer president. Extreme scrutiny on the money, like the kind his wife. Three of Wands. World. King of Cups. It's going to come out. There's nothing he can do. See, he is so full of himself and thinks he can do anything he wants. But it's a whole different world now. So, yeah, a chunk of that was very much his wife potentially being in trouble. Yep. So, 114 and a bit. Interesting question from Polly Wanda, but I would expect nothing else from Polly Wanda, who has the most amazing brain, thinks of the most creative stuff. Will a leader, yet unknown, emerge who will quash the MAGA, I like this word, crappolla, and unite the nation firmly under the U.S. Constitution? Will a leader emerge who will unite the United States firmly under the U.S. Constitution? That would be lovely. Let's do that. Okay. Page of Swords. Someone young with a good message. Head in the clouds a little bit, which isn't always a bad thing. 10 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Page of Wands, Devil, King of Wands. Not really. We're going to, the dynasties, the time of the dynasties may be changing, but there's still some far right, let's just say toxic weeds that need to be pulled out by the root. So, oh boy. So, 1:16:30. Diane had a question. Whew. Because there's so many questions, I'm getting tired. But, all right. Diane Walker was asking, will Build Back Better be passed in a new form, put into 2 or 3 bills, maybe passed by spring, before summer? Build Back Better. Maybe broken down. Build Back Better 1, Build Back Better 2. Nine of Pentacles. Republicans are sitting pretty. Guess who's responsible for that? 10 of Cups, 9 of Swords, 6 of Wands, Sun, Queen of Cups. All right, victory. I keep getting that the stuff that's going to come out against, it's going to weaken the Republicans, but it's going to take time. Anytime soon, you've got the Democrats there. They should be in charge, but thank you, Cinema and Mansion. Thank you for your disservice to this country. 1:18 in a bit. I had 2 people asking about this one. So, Dixania and Diane were both asking about, will the voting rights bill pass before 2024? So maybe next year. Voting rights pass. Voting rights pass. Voting rights pass. King of Swords. State by state. I've got that. That's the energy of state by state. Depends on the state. Depends who's got the 2022 and 2024 elections will be good or bad state by state. But let's see if any chances to voting rights will pass. Well, last night, I mean, they were trying to do something about it. It didn't work, though. Biden has said he's going to put out some executive orders. There's only so much he can do, but far right are always looking for ways to stop people from being able to vote. The good news for us is that right now Trump is still sucking the oxygen out of the air on the right. So, and he's incompetent and awful. But this is not voting rights passing. Soon. Let me see. maybe a part of, some voting rights, a few. There's some talk of some watering down. So are voting rights just going to be absolutely abysmal in red states? Just abysmal. That's a refusal to work with anything that even seems remotely democratic. 9 of Swords, 7 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. There's a fight. It's not a slam dunk. There's a fight. That's all I've got. I wish I had better news there. But check with other readers. No reader's 100%, and is 100% accurate. I would love to be wrong on this. Please, voting rights. All the voting rights. Boy, Autumn really blew it on that one. She said there wouldn't be much. There wouldn't be, but boy, we now have all these voting rights that are going through, and now everyone can vote. She blew it. Happily. Please prove me wrong. Please. But that doesn't mean we're going to lose our democracy. All right. And I want you guys to be very clear about that. Is the U.S. here at 122? 122. The U.S. lose its democracy? Have a look. The U.S. lose its democracy? Last I heard a soundbite somewhere that was saying that Republicans really don't want young people voting because apparently young voters are voting something like 78% Democratic. So will the U.S. lose its democracy? Will we no longer be a democracy? Dr. Storm says we sort of did last night. No, we didn't. That's running into troubles. That's not, nobody can vote. Or like Putin. Ace of Wands. Yeah, the far right, they're taking steps. 9 of Cups, Page of Cups, 7 of Swords. They're trying to steal votes, but there are just too many Democratic voters. And even if red states go more red, yes, I've been getting for a while now is red states going ruby red, but blue states going sapphire blue. So plenty of Democratic voters still out there. The Crown Life says the U.S. is not a democracy, it's a constitutional republic. I mean it in the commonly known ways. So, okay. At 1:24:30, I'm not going to do a big thing on this. It's Ted Cruz. So Ted Cruz has decided to choose a hill he wants to die on. The Supreme Court is preparing to rule on a case completely engineered by and benefiting Ted Cruz that would basically allow politicians the right to loan their campaign an infinite amount of money and charge whatever they want in interest for repayment. This case could also remove the $250,000 cap for donating to a campaign that exists currently under the guise of free political speech. Now, there was one guy, Sarah was explaining it to me. There was one guy, he loaned his campaign, I want to say like $150,000. And when it was repaid, he was charged, he got $23,000 in interest. And in situations like that, you wouldn't even have to win. You just run a campaign. Put your own money in. There's no talk about limiting the amount of interest you can charge. Oh, jeez. Greta says Mitch McConnell said that Black people vote just as much as Americans. Lord, give me the strength. Is that really a thing? Twitter. Ivanka. There's something here about Joe Biden's gaffe may have inadvertently revealed the truth about his Ukraine policy, but I must email McConnell. Oh, okay. Newsweek. McConnell compared African Americans and Americans. This came out early this morning. McConnell made the remark at a news conference on Wednesday. During the debate, McConnell had accused Democrats of fake hysteria over the Senate filibuster. Blah, 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 blah. At the news conference, reporter Pablo Manriquez asked McConnell what his message was for voters of color who are concerned about their voting rights ahead of November's midterm elections. Makes total sense. Well, the concern is misplaced, McConnell replied, because if you look at the statistics, African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. There's a soundbite. Shall we listen? Chrome tab. McConnell. Sure.
What's your message for voters of color who are concerned that without the John L. Lewis Voting Rights Act, they're not going to be able to vote in the midterm?
Well, the concern is misplaced because if you look at the statistics, African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans.
McConnell. You know, of course, he's going to say he misspoke, but oops. Insert all the feet. Open mouth, insert all the feet. Ten of Pentacles, Strength, King of Pentacles, Judgment, Moon. Oh, you mean Republicans who think that they're still running everything because of Cinema and Mansion. Thank you very much for that. This is election day, and this is them being really, really upset when things don't go well for them. I wonder why. I know, Electra Storm says, are we surprised? No, I understand, but all right, and I'll be kind. I'll be kind. I don't. Did he just misspeak? And now we know. Just hang on, hold your horses. We're being generous here. We're going to be generous here for a moment. We're going to be very, very generous and just ask: Did he misspeak, or does he really think of there are Americans and then there are people of color? Oh, that's the whole basis of the far right. That's the keystone. Oh yeah, far right. Take active aggression to be as far to the right as possible. Misspoke my lily white back end. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I have 2 more questions, but I'll cover them tomorrow. First thing, okay, all right. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a really wonderful day. Seriously. And I'll be back here tomorrow. It is 1:50 here in Chicago. At 4 o'clock, I will be over at Book Art Media doing creative sprints, but and you're always welcome to join. It doesn't matter what kind of creative thing you do, just bring it along. Carve some time out of your schedule to do something creative. The world needs your creative energy. Other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow, and I'll take another, 10 questions, because I've got 2 for tomorrow. So but we'll get through this, and there are good days ahead. There are. All right. So thank you, Kate. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Moranchi. All right, guys, hang in there. You're not alone. There are good days ahead. All right. See you later or tomorrow.